So I turn 51 years old next month, and in these 51 years, I've come to a conclusion, many conclusions. One of the conclusions that I've come to is that life kind of boils down to these 4 F-bombs. First one being faith, right? Faith in a higher power, God, or whatever universal power that you believe in. But we all have to have faith in something higher than us in those times when we lose our sense of hope, and we feel that there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Faith is something really good to rely on where that's concerned. And then, of course, family, right? You want to make sure that all the things that you're not doing for no other reason other than family. You have someone to enjoy it with. You have someone to have a legacy with, to have a lifetime of memories with. And when you really think about it, one of the greatest things about family are the kids that you're going to have and the legacy you're going to leave behind with those kids. And if you look at it that way, you got a pretty big responsibility in terms of family. So if you've got your faith and your family covered, what about your fitness? Your fitness, I always look at it as physical, mental, and emotional fitness, right? Because yes, you could be physically fit, you go to the gym, you work out, but you might be a mental wreck. You might be suffering with anxiety and depression because you're not congruent in your life with the type of person that you want to be. And so really working through your mental and emotional fitness and becoming a resilient person, a person who's stoic, a person who's got mental toughness and emotional resiliency, that is massive. And if you keep your body healthy and fit in terms of nutrition and workouts, and you can keep your mind and emotions fit as well, you become a formidable human, someone who is very dangerous to deal with. Not dangerous physically, well, although you'll be very formidable physically as well, but someone who also is verbally and communicatively dangerous, someone who can express themselves, someone who can talk through the issues that they're dealing with rather than having to have a meltdown and breakdown. So if you got your faith and family and fitness covered, then what's next after that? Your finances, right? If you don't have money, if you're struggling to pay your debts, if you're just living paycheck to paycheck, if you're just getting by, that's never a good place to be. And making money solves the problem of not having money. And so you got to think about what kind of value can I add to the world in exchange for money? What problems can I solve? Who could I help? What product can I create that's missing in the world? Or if you're working for a company or a person, what could I do for them to keep ascending up and making more money in that organization? Because the more valuable I am, the more money I can make. And if you're willing to do all those things, guess what happens? You live a life of fulfillment, which I suppose would be that 5th F-bomb. Faith, family, fitness, and finances will give you that 5th F-bomb, fulfillment. Peace.